back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a long, hard road. I probably haven't updated in months. But I'm finally back around. We got her together. Runs, drives amazingly. So wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of what we got going on since the last time you saw was we bought some camshafts. We were putting them in. We did head work. We did some upgraded head studs to hold this thing together. It's been running and driving. I had some problems with the Lindsay Racing M-Tune unit, and I'm currently running a Legacy unit, and that seemed to fix all the problems, and the thing rips right now. So just wanted to give a quick update. The camshafts. So you saw I had two of the RS Barn camshafts. I actually went with the Stage 2. I didn't test both of them, but I just went right for the big dog. That's currently in there. I've probably been driving on it for a month, and it's been great. I have to adjust I have an adjustable cam gear on this. I have to adjust it a little bit, but this thing wakens up. You could feel the cam kick in from like 3,800 all the way to 6,500, and it still wants to keep pulling. So that's definitely a product of that camshaft. Awesome camshaft. I'm probably going to try to advance the timing a little bit to pull that power band a little bit farther down just to make it more usable. But it's an animal. This thing is going pretty good. Haven't been to a dyno yet. Trying to arrange that because unfortunately this Legacy unit that I'm using for the mass airflow and tuning is on loan from a friend of mine, and I have to get it back to him. So until I figure out what's wrong with mine, I'll be running this, and then the car will be down, and we'll figure that out. Flip side of that, the big picture is to go full-on standalone with this car. The product that we have, and you may have seen in other Porsche groups, is the Max ECU. This is the Max ECU Race. It comes with a complete harness. It has EGT sensors. It comes with a wideband. It comes with everything. So there's some talk that this may be developed into a plug-and-play harness for that car. But for right now, we're just kind of in a holding pattern to see what happens. But this brings that 1986 car into the 21st century. This has, you got to go online, you got to check it out. It's got more than what I could describe. Bluetooth, it's got all kinds of tuning features. You could tune per cylinder, you could tune all kinds of stuff. So definitely check it out. I'll post a link in the description. It's worth its weight in gold, and I haven't even used it yet. Been online, checked it out, downloaded the software for it, and it's going to be the cat's meow when it's time to go. So I have this on the shelf. Right now we're just testing and tuning with this setup. You may have seen some of my other videos. I plan on making bigger boost pipes, intercooler pipes. I haven't done that yet either. So that is something that's in the works. Got to do that, and I got to swap my diverter valve out for the QRJ valve, the massive QRJ valve I have here. I did discover while logging, I've probably got about 15 logs on this car since I've got it back up and running. This diverter valve, very familiar if you own a 951. Almost all of them have that. I'm running about 20 pounds of boost, big Voodoo turbo. This should support around 500 horsepower. I'm not set up for that right now, but this is bleeding off. So it even has a stiffer valve spring in it right now, and you can still watch it bleed off. So it's not a wastegate issue. It's not a turbo issue. We've narrowed it down to that for sure. It's actually opening due to the high volume of air that's coming on pretty hard. So I'll have to upgrade that to the QRJ. The QRJ will fix all the problems. It's a much bigger valve, so I have to make some custom pipes for it. But again, this is, race car stuff. That is Chinese stuff. So other than that, it's been great. I actually wound up pulling the engine harness out of this and redoing a bunch of it. New connector ends. I don't know if I can show you any of them, but The injector ends are all new wires, new connectors, new sleeving for the whole harness, just to get rid of any other issues I might have. But runs, drives, it's a blast to drive right now, and it's only going to get better from here out. So hopefully we'll have a dyno soon. I've been in talks with some of my local dynos, but it's super hard to get anybody. One, they get scared when they hear a Porsche, and two, just doing baseline pulls is something they don't like to mess around with too much. But I also got a lot of questions about my other video and degreeing in the camshaft. These are the tools. I got them off of eBay and Amazon. I think I maybe have $100 invested into this at most. Extensions, tip fittings. You're gonna need that one, that angled one. I don't remember what extension I used, but they all worked. A Jegs degree wheel, magnetic base, dial indicator. Again, this isn't, you know, $1 million dial indicator. I'm sure it has its flaws, but it works for what we're doing. And I made these. This is a piston stop, and this goes on the aluminum cam tower so you can mount your dial indicator onto it. So you can take your measurements. Just kind of going to go over some products real quick that I think are really cool and may help you in the future. When I was doing my harness, these things, I'm sure you may have seen a zillion ads for these on Amazon or whatever. They're terminal tools. They're cheap and they feel cheap, but they work really good. When you have connectors and wires you're trying to undo out of the connector, I mean, you look at how many there are here. There's probably, I don't know, 65 of them. You're going to find the one you need and pop it out without destroying all kinds of stuff. Also, check out RS Barn for the camshafts. He's got a deal on them, and these are pretty high quality camshafts. So check that out for sure. The other updates we could talk about. I have a 2.7 block in my garage holding it for a friend. Just wanted to point out some of the advantages the 2.7 block has over the 2.5 block. And I would say if you are going to build a 951, go with the 2.7 block. First, check this out. What do we see here, folks? Siamese cylinders. Yes, I know, not a big advancement. Modern cars all have that. Well, guess what? The early 951s do not. This is a huge upgrade, prevents the cylinders from shuffling around, makes an overall stronger block. Also, if you look in here, the deck down there is, I don't know the exact measurement, I didn't measure it, but it's higher than it is on the 2.5 block. Again, it's going to make your cylinders stiffer, not a lot of shuffling going on, makes the whole block itself stronger. There's a ton of upgrades in those late model blocks, so I would definitely suggest starting off with that if you decide to build anything. But I will keep you guys posted on this car. And like I said, it's a work in progress. Once we get the ECU stuff figured out, it'll be back on the road. So I'm still driving it on loan with the ECU that I'm borrowing, and it's been great. It's 20 psi right now. The goal is to go up to 25 eventually. I am at about 80% duty cycle on the fuel injectors, so we'd have to go bigger injectors, and then I could bump it up a bit and throw down some good power. So it's been a long, hard road with just figuring out stuff, figuring out some trash components we had to swap out, figuring out some issues of a 30-year-old sports car. It takes some time. It takes some effort. And I highly suggest you look into what you're putting on your car. Don't just slap anything on it. Test it out. Talk to people. And we can get it figured out. That's that, guys. And another night in the garage. See you later.